we welcome a study, of all the facts and the pros and cons, and then let the people who are in charge her material. Yeah, just put it in the folder. This is my secretary, Neve.
Statement that the methadone program is like giving alcohol to alcoholics in hopes of curing alcoholism.
Well, I couldn't completely deny that. I mean, to some extent, there is an analogy that we do tend to continue giving them an addictive drug, but the drug we give them is a substitute for a drug which is quite expensive, very difficult to obtain, and we believe the use of heroin on the streets or those illegal synthetics that go along with it does create or cause a crime problem increase.
Okay, what would you say to the statement that the methadone program is like giving alcohol to alcoholics in hopes of treating alcoholism?
Okay, well, I wouldn't completely deny that statement. I think in some ways it is analogous to the use of alcohol. However, the methadone provides the addict a cheaper and better substitute for illegal drugs, and we believe that it gives him an opportunity to improve his social functioning.
Should the state be paying taxpayers' money to provide these people with free drugs?
I think that's the issue that we have to deal with in the study, which we're beginning to undertake, and I think it's a decision that does need to be made after all the information is in. And I think that's the question we're dealing with, and I'm not in a position to unequivocally answer that yes or no. Uh, Naturally, I support the concept of methadone, or I wouldn't be in this job and its use, personally. But
Okay, I think this question is just sort of like the first one I asked you, but wouldn't giving drugs to someone defeat the whole purpose of getting them off drugs?
Not completely. I don't think it would totally defeat the purpose because there are other purposes in providing these drugs. That is, one purpose would be through the provision of legal drugs, you can also bring the addict into counseling. You can bring him into treatment. You can settle him down enough that he'll have time maybe to seek employment, be with his family more, obtain additional training, this kind of thing. So I wouldn't agree with that statement completely.
What would be the consequences if we did away with the methadone program, in your opinion?
I think a lot of it would depend on the way it was handled. If we phased it out in a very careful phase down with adequate counseling and what we call slow detox, it's conceivable that we could do it without a lot of social disruption. Now, if we did this suddenly or without a well thought out plan and without working with our clients, it could cause some social disruption in terms of probably increased crime rate and perhaps maybe some violence.
I think that's the point I was trying to ask you. Um, what do you think are the advantages of your program, and what would happen if you didn't have it?
Okay. Some of the advantages are that we think that it does tend to reduce the crime rate among that group of clients who don't have funds to provide their illegal addiction or to provide illegal drugs, that it would tend to decrease the crime rate. I think other benefits are that the clients themselves are able to live in a more relaxed way. And through being more relaxed, the fact that they know that their drug is going to be there the next day, they are then more accessible for counseling. They're more probably on a better basis with their families. Those are some of the benefits right off the top of my head.
Does substituting one drug for another, though, actually help the problem you were referring earlier to the whole cycle of dependence on the drugs, depending on more than just the actual narcotic, but the needle and the other parts of it?
I think that is the other side of the coin. That is the question, and I think that in some people's minds they don't think that it is. That substituting one drug for another may not be useful, and I'm not in a position to say what we should do about this because there is a case for this point of view. You may be right, that substituting one drug for another may not be the right answer.
in your opinion, the methadone program is an effective way to decline?
Yes, and even based on data that we've collected here the last few years in Oklahoma City, we can show that there's been some reduction in the crime rate. We can even show, based on data available, that there's been some reduction in the number of addicted people in the Oklahoma City area, that is, addicted to hard drugs. I believe we have that kind of data available here. So yes, I would say they've been successful within limits. They haven't been totally successful, and we've certainly had some problems with them, but I think we've improved our management techniques a great deal the last few months. We've tightened up our procedures, and we're continuing to monitor these programs very closely, and we intend to continue to do that.
Do you think the program is being abused by some?
Probably by some clients. Abused may not be the word. Maybe misused would be a better word, that some clients come on and that they don't have any real plan to get off drugs. But I don't know any of these people. You know, in my position as a consultant and coordinator of the programs, I don't have direct access to the clients. See you all.
There was one number I wanted to go ahead and get in. I think that we're given, the impression has been given is that all we do is methadone treatment or treatment giving another drug. And based on our 1977 data, in which there were roughly 2,700 persons treated for drug problems throughout Oklahoma, most of those in mental health programs, but others in private organizations and so on. And out of that total, only 22%, or about 570, were given methadone or other drugs for maintenance or detoxification purposes. And the vast majority that's left there, 78%, were treated without the use of the drug. Again, the methadone programs are very specialized, designed to treat a very special clientele, but the majority of the treatment that goes on in the state is drug-free, and the majority of the treatment provided by the Department of Mental Health does not involve the giving of drugs to these clients.
Why then is the methadone is used pretty specifically? Why is it then that methadone works in those cases, or the 20% of the 20% that end up?
Of course, methadone is very specifically designed to deal with the narcotic addicts, people addicted to the narcotics drugs, as opposed to the other drugs. Although questions are being raised about its effectiveness here in Oklahoma, the national research, which has been well done, tends to support that it is the most effective treatment available. And the limited data we have available for Oklahoma indicates it has been effective here as well.
Why though? What makes methadone more effective than just, say, giving them heroin and just not charging them for it?
There's many factors involved, I'm sure. Part of it, the heroin addict, for the most part, or there are other opiate addicts as well, seem to have built their entire lifestyle around using that drug. So if we can use a drug such as methadone to get these people in treatment, but at the same time get them away from things like the needle addiction that heroin addicts are also involved in, and yet with methadone, correctly given, methadone, as other opiates, has the phenomenon of tolerance. Given at the right dose, a person will not get high on the methadone, but this does help avoid or ease withdrawal symptoms from the other opiates. And it gives a person a chance to get their lives together if they're supporting their habits based on hustling on the streets, or they're involved in property crime. They can break out of that subculture while they're on methadone treatment.
Dick, what is your last name?
Clapp, C-L-A-P-P.
And what is your...
Couple of titles. I'm a project manager for something we call the Integrated Drug Abuse Reporting Process.
Any symbols?
Integrated Drug Abuse Reporting Process How about a planner with the
I've
drug
got it on
division,
tape.
perhaps?
Don't worry about
Okay.
writing it down.
How about a planner with the drug division? Might fit.
That's great. Okay. Okay.
We're ready.
Is it today? Oh, great.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and, yeah. Okay.
Particular role.
Okay, I'm just gonna act like I was gonna write something down.
Keep your finger over there.
The names. I'm dropping another cut. That's basically it. Okay, I'm just gonna act like I was gonna write something down.
Keep your finger over there.
The names. I'm dropping another cut. That's basically it. Ready?
modality of treatment that's appropriate. So it's an intake process. They see social work nurse.
Okay, now I'd be ready to go to the window.
Now, what I want to do is I want to do that same thing again from a wide shot. What I got is you can just see the spouts, and I'll get a wide shot and a tight shot of your face as you're doing this that we'll edit in later, and then I'll be. Oh, okay. Miracle of Hollywood. Okay, that'll come more from over behind me, because the main thing now is not to get those sterling features.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mike?
Go.
Nice morning.
Hello.
What next?
Okay.
Mike?
Okay, just come forward.
Mike? So now,
Okay.
ready?
See you later.
Take care.
Okay, I hate to do this. Okay, let's do that
Down
again.
there with that camera where she rolls. That ain't that GX service station. You come down through there for fire.
Hit you pretty good.
Yeah, it do too bad, but about a couple of $100 worth of work.
See you later.
Take care, Mike.
When I left here a while ago down at the GX service station, I pulled out here.
How long have I been on the program? About 2 years.
You were on heroin.
Yes.
I'm rolling.
What has the program done for you, the methadone program?
Well, the methadone program has kept me off the street from stealing. Before I got on methadone, every day I had to steal, burglaries and stealing out of shops and stuff like that, a couple of $100 a day. And this program has kept me from having to do that. It takes a sick from me every morning, so I don't have to, I don't have to go out and steal something to get heroin to keep from being sick.
Before, you operated with a needle to get a euphoric.
Look blue. Okay.
What has the methadone program done for you?
The methadone program has helped me to, every morning I get methadone. It keeps me from being sick, as before, every morning I had to get up, I was sick, I had to go start stealing from stores and burglaries or whatever, to get money to get dope, to keep from being sick. But now I just come here, I get the methadone, and it takes the sickness away, and I don't have to worry about that now.
And before, you used heroin in needle form to get a euphoric state of mind and feeling. What is it like to be on methadone?
Well, I don't feel the methadone. It just, all it does is take the sick away. I don't feel it at all. There's no high to it or anything like that. It just takes the sick away, that's all.
What happens if you lose the program?
If I lose the program, then I guess I'll go back to stealing. It's all I can do, because I'll be sick, and I've been on drugs for a long time, and so if I lose this, well, then the only thing left for me is to go and start stealing again.
And get the methadone.
Well, true. It could either be free or, like a nominal fee, something like that we can handle. I could handle that. But, like now, like before when I was on a heroin habit, I didn't work. I just stole all the time. Now I'm working, so if you know, if there's something like where I have to pay like, oh, you know, $10 or $15 a week, I could handle that, you know. But it's a lot better than $100 a day.
Heroin's about a, what, $100 a day habit, or it's quite
From
expensive.
yeah, from $100 up.
And what brought you here? How did you find out about the center, and what in your mind made you say, I want to get off heroin?
Well, like I say, I've been on heroin for a long time, and many years as a matter of fact, and it's just come to the point, came to the point where that I knew that if I didn't get on methadone or something when this methadone program started, I heard about it then, and I knew if I didn't get on it that I was going to wind up in jail or, you know, something like that. So I decided to get on methadone and try to, you know, go to work and make a productive citizen out of myself.
And it's worked for you?
Yes, very good so
And
far.
how old are you?
I'm 43.
And you were on heroin a long time?
Yeah, about 10, 15 years, somewhere in there.
So now you don't have to go out and steal?
No.
Was it hard for you